The air surrounding the Supreme Court complex in Abuja felt heavy today, thick with the kind of electric tension that only precedes a tectonic shift in a nation's history. Outside the marble-clad pillars, the afternoon sun beat down on a silent crowd, while inside the hallowed chambers, the atmosphere was clinical, cold, and final. There was no sound but the rhythmic flipping of legal pages and the stern, steady voices of the justices as they prepared to dismantle years of high-stakes litigation. For the supporters and observers waiting in the wings, the silence wasn't just peaceful, it was pregnant with a decade's worth of fear, hope, and the desperate anticipation of a verdict that could either heal a regional wound or tear it wide open. This was the moment the legal earthquake hit. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has officially quashed the conviction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, declaring it null, void, and effectively non-existent. The highest bench in the land did not just offer a slap on the wrist, they delivered a total demolition of the prosecution's entire foundation. The justices established that Kanu was brought into Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, a process that sounds like a spy movie plot, but is actually a massive violation of international law. The court was blunt. The Nigerian government bypassed every known legal framework for extradition, failing to provide a single shred of evidence that a lawful request was ever processed or granted. By snatching a citizen from a foreign land without judicial oversight, the state essentially built a legal house on a criminal foundation. And today, the Supreme Court pulled the rug out from under it. Let's step into the explainer booth for a second to understand why this matters so much for the future of African law. In the legal world, there is a principle known as the fruit of the poisonous tree. It means that if the source of the evidence or the arrest is tainted by illegality, everything that follows, the trial, the witnesses, the conviction, is poisoned and cannot be used. The Supreme Court educated the nation today on the concept of jurisdiction. They ruled that a trial court loses its competence the moment it is proven the defendant was brought before it through illegal means. Think of it like a football match where the referee was kidnapped to make him blow the whistle. No matter how many goals are scored, the match simply doesn't count. By quashing this conviction, the Supreme Court isn't just helping one man, they are protecting the sanctity of the Nigerian Constitution, ensuring that the state cannot become a lawbreaker in the name of law enforcement. The ripple effect of this decision is already vibrating through the economy and the security architecture of the Southeast. While the government statement might focus on the complexities of national security, the reality on the street is that this ruling removes a massive justification for the civil unrest that has crippled local businesses for years. When the highest court in the land says immediate release, it isn't a suggestion, it's a mandatory command. If the executive branch hesitates or tries to invent new security reasons to keep the gates of the detention facility locked, it sends a signal to global investors that Nigeria is a country where even the Supreme Court can be ignored. That kind of uncertainty is what makes the naira tumble. For the mothers in the East who have lived in fear of sit-at-home orders, this ruling is a potential path to peace, provided the authorities respect the thin line between rule of law and rule by force. This is a final warning to all institutions of power. The Supreme Court has made it clear that their judgments are final and unappealable. Under Section 235 of the Constitution, there is no higher authority, no security review board, and no administrative discretion that can override this order for immediate release. We are at a crossroads where we must decide if we are a nation of laws or a nation governed by the whims of men. The Supreme Court has done its job. Now the eyes of the international community are fixed on the executive branch. Will the gates open today, or are we about to witness a constitutional crisis that could redefine the next decade? What do you think? If the government delays this release, what should be the legal consequence for the officers involved? Drop your comments below. I want to see the heat in this discussion. Subscribe for more updates.